Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. So this morning I thought I'd go over some questions I've received about drill press and what things you should add to your drill press and what else can you use your drill press for. Well, this is one of those tools that falls under, like in the last video, a capital tool. It's a pretty good investment. Now you don't have to have a big floor model like this one, but if you can, go ahead and get it because it's one of those things you don't really think about all the uses it has until you start investigating it. Whether you're doing metal work, wood work, fab work, car work, whatever. This thing's just kind of not infinitely usable, but almost. Now, it's not just a drill press. It's not just for drilling holes. You can do lots of other things with it just by what you put in it. For example, you can, and nobody's sponsoring this video, you can put one of these fiber wheels in it and run it, use it to clean parts. You can put a wire wheel in it. You can put a stone in it. You can let it hold something straight while you file it. I've actually seen people jig them up, put a little bearing holder at the bottom and actually kind of use it for a makeshift lathe for turning a one-off part they need to make, or choking down a bolt that won't quite go through a hole on a restoration project. I've seen lots and lots of uses for it. But the biggest thing is what do you accessorize it with? All these accessories determine what you can and can't do with it, and that's only limited basically by your imagination and how you apply your other tools. Like I always say, think of other uses for your same tool that will use that tool in a safe manner, or that piece of equipment in a safe manner without hurting yourself or breaking your stuff, but at the same time, add more versatility to your equipment. And one of the biggest things you're going to want for a drill press is a couple of blocks of wood. Sheet of plywood, aluminum plate, anything like that. And the reason you want to do that is so that you're not drilling into your surface. Now, this is one of my favorite tricks here. I like to use these little finger clamps or C-scripts and different things you hear people call them to attach my 6-inch holder. And I haven't cleaned this since I used it last. But as you'll notice, there's not a lot of extra holes drilled into the plate on this drill press. Now, my old original drill press that I had when I was younger, there's little dimples in it where I had drilled through the material I was cutting, put a dimple in it. Don't have a 6-inch slide clamp like I have here. Running a little short on funds, just getting started, new to the game. Then get one of these vice grip. This happens to be vice grip brand, and again, nobody's sponsoring this video, but it just clamps in. You run the wing nut up and it becomes a lock for your table here. You can use them to drive taps. You can use them to drive drill bits. You can put annular cutters on them, hole saws. Anything that'll fit in the chuck. I've seen people change the regular drill chuck out and put a R4 or R8 mill attachment on them. Use them to run side broaches or end cutters. Put a hand crank table across here and actually use it to mill stuff. Made a cheap mill out of it. Is it as accurate as a mill? No, but you can get pretty close. I'll go over in an upcoming project squaring one of them up. I've already got this one squared to the table, so I don't want to go moving it. But in case you didn't know, not only will the table spin, the table will pivot, and then you can also break it loose back here, and I'll do that. See, the table can do this too. So you can get kind of oversized stuff in it sometimes. And you don't want to move it much because it's sliding your little drivetrain back here for raising and lowering. And the other thing to remember is always keep it locked once you get it in place, then you're not wearing the stalk or the little drive gears. But that's just a quick, and see, like right here, if I needed to put something long in here, I can put a holder out this way and then clamp this down here. You can get a hold of it here. Get a hold of it right there. Open it up, and now I can stick something in here, have it braced up out this way, and drill, or I could go that way. It's just infinite possibilities. You can spin this up sideways, cock it over, drill down. You can mount your roll bar notching tool in it, or your tube notching tool, whatever you want to call it. Just use your imagination, think of a way to securely and safely mount it, and go ahead about your business. Now, if I was to turn this sideways, I wouldn't use these. I'd actually bolt it. because you can go through here, you'll find somewhere in these slots that it lines up enough to get a bolt in it and do what you need to do. But that's all I got for you this morning as a quick, what else can you do with the drill press besides drill a hole? Just some food for thought. Hope you found that interesting, amusing, entertaining, useful in some way, educational. As always, practice your skills, learn a new one. Either way, turn it into craftsmanship. You never know how far it'll take you. So until next time, have a great day. This has been Fab Race Mod Repeat.